Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
They laughed on screen. They cried on screen. But what if what you saw wasn't just acting? For months, fans have whispered it, speculated it, hoped for it. And now Zuning has broken his silence. His words, unexpected, intimate, powerful. This isn't just another celebrity rumor. This is the kind of connection that doesn't fade when the cameras stop rolling. Today, we take you deep inside the untold story between Zuning and Zuer, two of China's brightest stars whose chemistry has lit up not just the screen, but hearts across the world. Let's start from the very beginning. Every great love story begins with a spark, and for Zuning and Zuer, that spark ignited on the very first day of filming The Legend of Anil. First, no one noticed it. Two professionals, deeply focused, rehearsing lines and perfecting camera angles. But soon something changed. It was in the way they looked at each other. Not just as characters, but as people. Between takes, their conversations lingered longer than necessary. He would gently move her costume to help her avoid tripping. She would laugh at his smallest jokes, not the polite laugh of courtesy, but the soft giggle of genuine delight. A makeup artist on set once said, "We'd watch them from behind the monitor, and sometimes forget we were filming a drama." Their connection felt real, like watching the beginning of something beautiful. Directors often talk about natural chemistry, but what Lu and Song shared went deeper. Their scenes together required almost no rehearsal. The emotions felt lived in, the glances unrehearsed. During a particularly intense rain scene, the crew offered them separate tents to dry off between takes. But they chose to sit under one umbrella, just the two of them, laughing, soaked, clothes. In that moment, even the assistant director whispered, "This isn't acting anymore." Audiences watching the show were enchanted, but those behind the camera saw something even more powerful. The early, delicate bloom of something honest, something heartfelt. And that's where the real story begins. Sometimes what happens off camera tells a more compelling story than anything in the script. It began with a glance caught during a press interview. Zuning reached for a bottle of water. His hand brushed against Zuer's. She laughed. A soft, unexpected moment. He looked away, smiling bashfully. It lasted only seconds, but for fans it was unforgettable. There was something unmistakably tender. And then came the photo. Grainy, dimly lit, but impossible to ignore. Captured during a late-night shoot, Lu and Song sat side by side, wrapped in a shared blanket. Their hands? Intertwined. Subtle, yet intimate. It wasn't in the script. There were no cameras rolling. Only a fan with a phone, and an internet eager for answers. The hashtags exploded. Hashtag Zuning, hashtag handholding mystery, hashtag real or real. Clips began resurfacing. Stolen glances, small gestures, whispered words between takes. Fans replayed every second, hunting for clues. A shared bracelet, a matching ring. Even the way they leaned toward each other during cast interviews. Just a bit too close, too familiar. One particularly viral moment came when a fan caught Lu waiting outside a studio, long after his scenes had ended. Who was he waiting for? The answer appeared minutes later. Zuer, stepping out with a shy smile and a grateful nod. Coincidence? Or devotion? To the casual viewer, these moments might seem insignificant. But to those who believe in silent romance, in stories written between the lines, this was everything. And so the whispers grew louder. Because sometimes, love doesn't need a declaration. It just needs to be felt. Love, when hidden, often speaks the loudest. Not through words, but through symbols. And when it comes to Zuning and Zuer, those symbols are everywhere if you know where to look. It started with something simple, a black rope bracelet. At first glance, it meant nothing. Worn by Lu during an interview, then spotted on Song's wrist weeks later. Identical, minimalist, discreet. But to seasoned fans, it screamed one thing: couple bracelets. They weren't flashy, they weren't promotional. They were personal. Next came the music. In one of Lu Yuning's recent releases, a haunting ballad about quiet yearning, there was a lyric that struck a chord across the fandom. She smiled in the dark, but I saw her light. A beautiful line, poetic, painfully intimate. No names were mentioned. But the very next day, Song Zuer posted a story on her social media. The background music? That exact same song. No caption, no explanation, just silence, the kind that speaks volumes. Fans lost it. Speculation turned into belief. These weren't coincidences. These were breadcrumbs. Subtle messages between two hearts choosing to stay quiet in a world that's always watching. Even their absence became a clue. No more behind-the-scenes clips. Fewer shared promotions. The kind of distance that often means one of two things. Either something broke, or something became too real to share. In a sea of actors constantly promoting their on-screen pairings, Lu and Song did something different. They pulled back. And in that retreat, fans found something more authentic than any public display. The possibility of a love that's genuinely private. Because sometimes the loudest love stories are the quiet ones. After months of silence, fans had almost given up hope. The glances, the bracelets, the lyrics, they all meant something. But nothing was ever confirmed. Nothing was ever denied. Just a beautiful question mark hanging in the air. Until one quiet evening, Lu Yuning appeared on a podcast, casual, unassuming. He talked about his new film, his music, the usual. But then, the host smiled, leaned forward, and asked the one question everyone had been dying to hear. People are still talking about your chemistry with Song Zuer. Do you still keep in touch with her? For a moment, time seemed to freeze. Lu paused. He looked down, his hands gently clasped. Then he exhaled slowly, like someone letting go of something he had held inside for too long. You know, he said softly, some people enter your life because of a project, but some stay in your heart long after the cameras stop rolling. The host blinked, surprised. The room fell quiet. And then, the words that made the internet explode. Zuer is someone I respect deeply. And yes, we still talk. Quite a lot, actually. She's special. No grand confession. No dramatic twist. Just honesty, raw, vulnerable, and real. The clip went viral within hours. Fans around the world lit up. Hashtags resurfaced. Edits were remade. The phrase, she's special, was suddenly everywhere. Printed on fan shirts, captioned under old photos, whispered in online forums like a sacred truth finally spoken aloud. But it didn't end there. When asked if he'd work with her again, Lu didn't hesitate. Any day, any project, any time. Not a love declaration, but also not one. And for fans, especially those who believe in subtle, mature, enduring love, it was everything. Because sometimes, love doesn't arrive with fireworks. It comes in quiet words, spoken with a smile and a memory behind the eyes. And in that moment, the world didn't need a wedding ring, or a kiss, or a paparazzi photo. It just needed to hear him say it. The moment Lu Yuning said those simple words, she's special, the world changed for Zuning fans. The fandom that once faded into silence suddenly roared back to life. Hashtags like hashtag Zuning is real and hashtag she is special trended across Weibo, Douyin, and even Instagram. Fan accounts that had been inactive for months came alive again, posting clips, old interviews, and every soft glance the two ever shared. Even mainstream entertainment sites picked it up, headlines ranging from, "Is Zuning making a comeback?" to "The romance we never knew we needed." But it wasn't just the fans making noise. Song Zuer responded not with words, but with action. Mobile phone just 48 hours after Lu's podcast aired. She posted an Instagram story. No caption, no face, just a cozy nighttime scene. A cup of tea, a flickering candle, and in the background, that exact song Lu Yuning released. The one with the lyric. She smiled in the dark, but I saw her light. Coincidence? Hardly. And it didn't stop there. Woman detective, a blogger with insider ties to the industry, whispered about a new drama in the works. A fantasy romance backed by a major streaming platform. The casting? Still in negotiation. But one name kept surfacing. Zuning. And the female lead? None other than Zuer. Suddenly, the dots began to connect. Fans reported sightings. A tall man in a baseball cap spotted near a set where Zuer was filming. A woman with a familiar posture, leaving a quiet tea house minutes after Lu had been seen there. No clear photos, no official confirmation, just murmurs, whispers, and the unmistakable buzz of something big coming. Some believe they're carefully preparing for a screen reunion. Others are convinced it's much more. A quiet rekindling of a private relationship, protected from the noise of fame. But here's what's undeniable. Every move they make now feels deliberate. Every silence feels meaningful. And every rumor, no matter how wild, adds fuel to a fire that never really went out. Because in the world of Chinese celebrity, where image is curated and love is rarely admitted, this slow dance between Zuning and Zuer feels different. Feels like something worth waiting for.